SilverLeaf Rack Optimization provides users effective and flexible methods to rack product-optimizing space on each shelf while ensuring consistent product placement and reducing empty space from shipping. Look up rack type setup in Global Search to begin setting up your rack types. Here, users can create or view all the rack and pallet types used by the operation. Give the racks descriptions that make sense to your teams and to the rack type. Identify if the rack is adjustable, meaning the shelves can be moved, or if the rack is fixed, like a wooden pallet that's shelves cannot be adjusted. Identify how full you want your racks to be. For example, if you want your racks always to push to be 100% full, indicate that here. Or if you want, you would accept a 90% full rack, then identify that here. Users can always manually adjust what products and quantities are on racks. Identify your rack height and bottom shelf height. Continue setting up your rack details and use SilverLeaf's tooltips by column to better understand what each configuration does. See more tooltips as the user hovers over the column. Identify if the rack will be used for picking and/or shipping. If using fixed racks like a wooden rack where the shelves cannot be moved, identify the layer configuration as fixed. When configuring fixed racks, users can identify exactly where the fixed shelves are for optimal product placement while racking. Once the rack setups are completed, users should navigate to Item Rack Setup. Item Rack Setup allows users to set generic defaults identifying the height of an item and how many can fit on a shelf by rack type. Multiple different items can have the same item rack type, and therefore users only need to set up one item rack type for these scenarios, instead of creating an item rack type for every single item. Users need to set up pot height, and if the products can go on any shelf, bottom shelf only or top shelf only. Identify the product's default pick and ship racks. Identify what rack types these products are configurable with. Identify the maximum quantity per shelf by rack type for these products. Identify if these products can be mixed on shelves with other products, if they have to be the same genus, same item, different variant, or no mixing at all. Set up items with the appropriate item rack setup. Again, many items can share the same item rack setup, so each item does not have to be uniquely configured when there is overlap in how items are sized and fit on shelves. Now users can create sales or transfer orders and rack them quickly. Once the order is created, simply click Show Ship Racking. From the sales and transfer order list pages, users can select many orders and rack all at once with one button. From the racking screen, users can choose if they want to rack the whole order or rack only what is ready to ship. Once racked, the user will be given a rack count. The user can then view how full each rack is by percent used, percent remaining, and how many shelves the rack is. The user can then see each item by shelf on the racks. They can remove and adjust items and quantities if needed. The user can see all racks and items racked in a single screen by selecting Show Rack Line List. Users can print racking reports such as supermarket and post office racking, as well as rack labels and rack build sheets. Interested in learning more? Speak with one of our experts to explore how SilverLeaf can empower your operations from accounting and inventory to production processing and order fulfillment.